Lovelies, it's Louise here. So today we're just going to have a really quick chat and a discussion about the endless weight roundabout. So I find this so often happens when we have thyroid disorders and or Hashimoto's. So clients often ask me, how do I lose weight? And one of the first things I say to them is we don't lose anything. We reduce our weight, but we don't lose it. Because our body hears everything that we say. So if you say lose, it goes, well, I have to find it again and keep it. Good morning. So when I say we reduce weight, that means the body then goes, oh, okay, we can reduce something, but we're not losing something. So that's probably one of the first things I talk about a lot with people I work with in reducing their weight. And it tends to make quite a big difference. And we also throw away the scales and we work with tape measures. So, and it gives you a better indicator of your health with measurements rather than what scales do. Now guys, if you've got any questions at all, let me know. I'll try and see if I can keep track of them on my iPad. And though, you know, the joys of when one works and the other doesn't. So my tech savviness is not the best. All right, so weight gain is often blamed on how much we eat. And sometimes, yes, it is what we eat, but it's not always the primary reason. I've seen so many women and some men, they eat amazingly and they exercise and like they really exercise every single day. And they gain weight and they come to me and they go, what the hell, Lou? Why am I gaining weight when I'm doing all the things that I'm supposed to do for losing weight? So one of the biggest things I find that it really isn't about what you eat. It's not about how you eat. Well, it comes into it, but it's not the primary reason. One of the biggest reasons, well, okay, what have we got? We've got sleep, we've got stress, we've got nutrition, so what you're eating, we've got movement, we've got hydration. So the number one is actually stress. Stress is your primary reason that we gain weight. It sucks, but it's true. So what happens is our body goes into a sense of fight-flight mode when we are stressed. And this doesn't matter if you're scrolling through Facebook and you can't see what you want to see, or you're out window shopping and you can't afford what you want to buy, or you're driving and someone's cut in front of you. A lot of these stresses are tiny and we just brush them off as meaning absolutely nothing. So what happens though is it increases our cortisol level in our body. Now, cortisol, some of you would know, some of you won't, is our stress hormone. It increases our insulin in our blood, and insulin's job is to gobble up all the glucose that's in there and then use that to run from targets pretty much. So it pumps our heart, so our heart rate increases, our muscles fill up with blood so we can literally run. But everything else gets turned off. So your digestion gets turned off, your sex hormones get turned off. Certainly can't make babies and run from tigers at the same time. It turns our other hormones off. It turns our digestive pathways. Constipation happens, or you get diarrhea and your body just goes flunk and empties completely because you don't want to run and look for a loo. So that's it. So that excess insulin that's in our blood turns everything that we eat into storage mode. So instead of being able to utilize it and being taken up by that insulin, put in the cell and then used by the cell, it's just shoved all to the liver, and the liver goes, hey, yeah, let's store that as fat. So it does. And primary place for storage of fat when you know it's insulin is between the breastbone and the belly button. This one, this is when we have a nice little row here. Brilliant one for telling you that it's insulin related and it's cortisol and stress. So what do? Release your stress, reduce that stress. Really think hard about how you can manage your stress response every single day. And that could be playing with the kids, it could be being outside in the sunshine, it could be going for a walk, it could be yoga, it could be meditation. What you do to bring a sense of calm and peace about your body. And that makes a massive difference in your body's ability to utilize what you're eating and to reduce your weight. So my next big one is sleep. If we don't sleep, we don't reduce our weight because our body stays in a stressed state. It increases our inflammation. So we need to be able to have a good solid sleep that's unbroken, undisturbed, so it allows our body to do its magic, which is heal itself, detox itself. We're designed to do these things, but everyday stresses, lack of sleep, lack of hydration, so lack of water, lack of nutrition, really get in the way of making sure that we can do these things. Now, do I have any questions there? Oops, this wipey phone doesn't work very well. Please do, if you've got questions, let me know. So sleep can be very hard for a lot, and I understand that. Now, we found that guided meditations can work. I have cars. I do have a lot of women who use podcasts to help them sleep. Yoga or Pilates or some gentle stretching before bed, but also making sure you're hydrated before you go to bed too, because a lot of the times if you're dehydrated while you're sleeping, you'll have a very, very restless sleep. So sleep is massive. Okay, so what would be the next one? I would say hydration would be next, even before nutrition. Because if you're not hydrated, your body is in a stress state, and there we go, we're going straight back to increased cortisol. So making sure that we're having adequate hydration, and that really depends on our weight. So we aim for about 30 mils per kilo of body weight, can give you a really good indicator of how much fluid you drink. And without saying my weight, I'm at about 2.8 litres a day, and if I don't get over 2 litres a day, I don't sleep well, I feel like ratchet, and my stress increases, and really it's just that 800 mils more. So hydration plays a massive part. Now, hydration can be filtered water, it can be herbal teas, it can be flavoured water, and what I mean by flavoured was with some fruit in it or some lemon, something to help stimulate your body that you're actually drinking, and drinking slowly. No guzzling water, because your brain goes, don't even recognise that, so that's almost pointless. But swishing it around inside your mouth. So taking your mouthful of water, swish it around the mouth, and then swallow it. That means that your body's going to recognise that you're hydrated. So that's my next big one. So what have we done? So 1, 2, 3. So a fourth one is going to be nutrition. So eating well for thyroid and Hashimoto's is really about identifying food sensitivities, identifying what you react to and what you don't. So those food sensitivities and food allergies. In all seriousness, it is gluten-free, full stop, no matter what, because our thyroid and our gluten protein look identical. And if you've got Hashimoto's, it's going to think thyroid tissue is gluten, and it can start that inflammatory process in your thyroid. If you've got hypothyroidism, gluten can actually fatigue you so much more by causing leaky gut. It causes leaky gut in everybody, just some people have a lot more susceptibility. And if we've got a lowered metabolism, we want to do what we can to increase our metabolism. So gluten's a big one. If we've got hormonal issues, any sort of hormonal issues, then it's no dairy, because dairy makes things grow. And we're trying to reduce our weight, and dairy makes you gain weight. So one of the big ones is we take dairy out as well. So they're the biggie ones, but making sure that we're having a diet that's well-rounded, that has you're eating 5 different colours a day. We're having 80% of our plate is vegetables. Then we're having 10% that's protein, and 10% that's our slow-release carbohydrates and our healthy fats. So we're having a really balanced plate. And portion sizes. So a protein portion would be a palm, like 1 handful is a protein portion. Vegetables would be 1, 2, 3, and sometimes more if they're dark green leafy veggies. You can have up to 5 handfuls of vegetables, because that creates your protein, that creates your fiber, that creates food for your microbiome, that creates then the body's ability to digest and process the food that you're putting into your digestive system, but also give you the food and the nutrition that you need for your metabolism. And so that's really important too. And feeding our microbiome is huge. We don't really realize that when we don't have the right microbiome, because our eating hasn't been the best in the past, that we do look at very strain specific due to the symptoms that we have. It's not, I'm just going to take a broad spectrum probiotic and things are going to work magically. We do look at very strain specific. 5 colours, microbiodiversity. Try and aim for 30 different types of food a week. And you go, how do I do that? But when you think about it, it can be like, if you like apples, you could have a green apple, you could have a red apple, you could have a pink lady apple, you could have a gala apple. There's 4 types of food already. If you're looking at zucchini, you've got green zucchini and you've got yellow zucchini. There's 2. You're looking at, if you can tolerate potatoes, you've got there's about 5 different types that we can get. So there's another 5. If you can tolerate and eat nuts and seeds, there's so many more. So when you start looking at it, you can do it. It seems daunting, but it's not. All right, so what's my tips? So we're done 1, 2, 3, 4, so must be 4 now. So movement. So I go to the gym every day, Lou. Yep. And I'm not losing weight. Okay. I run every day. I do HIIT programs every day. Yep. So your poor body goes into a stress state, increases your insulin, fat storage mode. So it goes on your hip over that side, or it goes on your hip over that side, or you get it on your arms. Fat storage mode means it goes everywhere. So when we're looking at high intensity, it's only 1 or 2 times a week. The rest of it needs to be a lower intensity, like walking or swimming or yoga or Pilates or playing a slower sport, so your body doesn't feel like it's in a stress state. And a stress state is when your heart rate has increased. Okay, when your heart rate increases, you're increasing your cortisol levels because it's increasing your fight flight. And then depending on how vigorous it is, can also increase your inflammation, because you can do micro tearing to muscles, you can do damage to muscles. So this is why when I talk to so many women is that I get you to reduce it back, and I go, yoga's really good, walking is really good, Pilates is really good, because we need you not to be in a stress state when you're moving and exercising. So it is a combination of everything. We can't just do one thing and take it out of context of everything else, because we end up on that roundabout and our weight goes up and down, up and down, up and down. So one of the other things too is that when we don't drink enough water, our body will hold water. And so we get really fluidy. I feel very puffy in the face today because I just didn't drink my water yesterday. And we hold water. So we need to stimulate our lymphatic system to help it reduce the fluid that we hold. And by eating right can reduce our fluid, by moving slowly and not increasing our stress load on our body will also help manage the fluid that we hold. And staying hydrated really does. It makes a massive difference. So when you take into consideration, we've got to look at our sleep, we've got to look at our stress, we look at what type of movement we do, we look at the nutrition that we're eating, because we have to make sure that we're getting the right nutrition for our thyroids, the right nutrition for our metabolism, the right nutrition for our metabolism, immune system, right? So we're looking at very specific things. And that's why looking at a wide range of foods and different colours makes such a big difference. Making sure that you're hydrated. So it is a whole package to help us reduce our weight. So if someone tells you all you need to do is diet and exercise, it doesn't work, okay? So we need to make sure, as I said, we sleep really well, that we manage our stress really well, that we do eat a wide range of different foods and different colours, that we do move appropriately for our bodies, that we do drink enough hydration for our systems, and that can stop us being on this weight increase, decrease roundabout. So what can you do today that's going to help you utilise one of these things to help you on your path to reducing your weight? Now remember, we throw away the scales. Don't use them, please don't. They are the most depressing things on this planet because your weight is not representative of your size. And when you have a look at a wide range of people of different heights, of different ethnicities, different ages, and if you go and their weight's all the same, but their sizes range from a 10 to a 16, you sit there and you go, how? So measures, please use. Waist to hip ratio is always going to be the biggest indicator of how much weight we're actually carrying and how healthy we actually are. So, some birds outside. It's so nice, the Maggies are out. So, have a think about it. Let me know, what action can you do today to help you get off the weight roundabout? Okay? Thank you for watching. Thank you for sticking around. I'd love to know who's here. I really can't see. Give me a thumbs up or a like or something, just to let me know if you've enjoyed the content. If there's anything else that you want me to talk about, I'm more than happy to have a chat. So yeah, I wanted to let you know though, I do have a 5-day challenge for hormone and thyroid recovery, and it's an eating plan. Gives you 5 days meals, gives you a shopping list, so you don't have to think, you just have to cook, and that's the best thing. So we're doing that on Monday the 8th of May, I think we start. But yeah, that's great. Okay guys, take care. If you have any questions, put it down at the bottom of this, and I'll put a link to the program down here as well. All right, take care, have a fantastic day, and we'll talk soon. Bye.